Hi, my name is Rocco.
Hi, my name is Rico.
Me and my twin brother started a new podcast called The Life in the Mirror. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever asked yourself, why me? Have you asked yourself why God chose me out of everybody else?
Well, Rocco, that's a good question because I've been asking myself for that for years. So I'm wondering, do you ask yourself, why me?
I really think to myself, I'm a flawed individual. I'm a sinner, and I'll always fall short of the glory of God. Why did God choose me when I'm a flawed individual?
Well, maybe that person's thinking, I'm the weakest, I'm the smallest, I'm not the best talker. But God was saying to himself, you are the person who I want to use.
Do God choose you because you're special? Do God choose you because you're the most popular? Do God choose you because you're the most intelligent? And the answer is no. God don't choose you for those reasons.
Well, think about this, Rocco. David, he was the smallest. Moses, he was not the best talker. But God chose them because they have one thing that most people didn't have, and they had God on their side.
And just to piggyback on that, God chooses us because of the mercy of His mercy. He chooses us to show glory of Him to other people. And so, just with Gideon, he was a coward. Rahab, she was a prostitute. David, he was the smallest among his family, but God still chose to use them.
Well, just to think about this, God don't choose the most special person in the world. He chooses the people that can reach other people. And those people that God chose was able to reach other people.
And I remember when I was growing up and we was in the neighborhood and we used to play sports. And I remember we used to always pick the person who was the tallest, the person who was the most skilled, the most person who was the most athletic, because we wanted to win. But why God don't choose that way?
Well, just to say, I was that person who would chose the most best person, the most athletic. But in this case, I want to choose the person who has the biggest heart, the person that God can use to help other people.
And just like David, David was a man of God's heart. David had the heart, and David had been through a lot of things. And David, God understood this is the man I wanted to be the second king of Israel because of his heart.
And you got to remember this. If you asking yourself, why me? Just allow God to answer that. If you fight, and trust me, Rocco know, and I know, we've been fighting for many years and asking ourselves, why me? So just allow God to answer that question.
And in this world, most people would think God would choose somebody like Saul, who was the first king of Israel. He was the tallest among the people. He was a handsome young man. He was a great warrior. Usually, people will think this is the person God would choose, but that's not the case.
That's not the case. You got to remember that because you might be the best, but you might not be the best person that God needs to use. And think about it. I'm just throwing something out there. Captain America, when they was picking for Captain America, they picked the weakest person out there, but he had the biggest heart and he will fight for people. So that's why he was chosen. That's why he was chosen.
And sometimes God will allow you to go through things before He chooses you. Just like with Moses when he was in the wilderness for 40 years. Sometimes God will let you go through some harsh things before He use you because He know He need to get you prepared for this. And so even with bad things, you ask yourself, why me?
Well, God has to mold you for your purpose. If you go out there too early, you're going to mess it up. If you go out there too late, you're going to mess it up. So he molds you at the right time and he brings you up at the right time and he uses you at the right time.
And God always have a purpose for everything. When he use a certain person, he just like Rico was saying, how God mold you. He just have a purpose, and when he's ready to use you, you better believe he's going to use you.
So, from word of advice, try not to fight, because that's what I did. Rocco will let you know the same thing. Just let God allow you, answer your questions, let him mold you, and let him prepare you for your purpose.
And I remember one day somebody asked me, why did God choose me? And I looked at him and I was like, I don't know why. I'm like, of all the people, I don't know why he chose me. I mean, I just couldn't understand it. And I mean, it just stunned me when somebody asked me that.
Well, just one of those things that most of us go through, and it's sometimes hard for us to actually go through it, and it's hard for us to understand why God's chosen us. So we just need to allow God to do what he do best, and allow God to mold us.
And just to start ending this conversation, one thing you have to remember: God always choose the one who have a man of God heart. God is just not going to just choose anybody, and you just have to have that heart, and you have to have that passion, even if you a coward or you know good. But God sees something in you, just like He saw something in David. He sees something in you. He's like, "This is the person that I want to use."
Hey, thank y'all for spending time out to listen to what we have to say today. And the question is, why me?
Thank you, and God bless.